Hi Taurus, welcome to your reading for November 2021. This, of course, is going to be for Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively to the guided to the reading. Just welcome everyone. I took a moment and I wanted to see the effects of the Aries full moon, which was the 20th of October, until your full moon at the end of November. So I just wanted to see how the full moon was affecting you, because I've had a lot of, I know some Tauruses and I read for a lot of Tauruses, and I feel like there's been like this black cloud, so to speak, over you, and if something just saying look up which I very seldom do, but just look up the effects that this Aries full moon is having on Taurus, and it's in your house of spirituality and the unconscious mind, and it talks about like really seeing things for what they are. I feel like, I have someone that I know who, it's funny because it happened on the full moon, the day of the full moon in Aries. Found out that a partner was cheating, and someone close to me, so it was quite difficult. Anyway, but at the same time, like, I know that the person who did this is not good for the other person anyway. Like, it's something that I feel like they've just been in very like untrustworthy energy and constant worry. Is somebody doing something? Ultimately, I guess yes. But I just think of the energy, because I've been there myself. I think of the energy before that, all that angst, and so potentially, I can see the big picture of it and say, okay, ultimately that's a good thing for this person, but it doesn't make the pain that they are now going through any less. You know what I mean? So maybe some of you are dealing with that, because I feel like, we're all very like-minded, so what's happening in my world is happening in your world, maybe in a different version. So anyway, but in your house of spirituality, that tells me that whatever is ending, whatever is due to close, there's great purpose behind it. Because that's really the little paragraph that I read at the end. It was talking about ultimately the energy of freedom within, therefore freedom without, right? Okay, anyway, let's get into your reading. That didn't take long. We are starting with the Mother Mary Oracle deck. We got 2 cards, so we're going to take them. We have Present Moment. I am fully present in the here and now. And then we have Self-Respect. I honor and love myself through my healthful actions. Okay, we'll read those at the end, and I already know that they're going to be profound. I can feel it. And I know some of you want me to read it now, but I'm just telling you, it puts the explanation point at the end of the paragraph. It's, I don't know, they're profound. Okay, we're going to start this month with Major Arcana deck. Don't know the name. We can call it the Stars. Maybe I'll just give it that name, the Stars. Everything's pre-shuffled, by the way. We are using these to give us an idea of the bullet points of, what our spread may cover. They can tell their own little story too. I don't really look at them as people, though I do give you who they are, because some of you do. I to keep my mind open. All right, so self-respect and the present moment. We have the Lovers. Your neighbor, and interesting enough, I was going to do Gemini's reading now, but then one of you asked me to do Taurus, and then I started thinking about Taurus, and you know, I feel like you need the reading. So, anyways, there's the Lovers. We have Judgment. Judgment is also the present moment. You know, excuse me, I feel like when Judgment shows up, this is really the energy of your spiritual team. And, you know, you're being called into your spiritual house. So this is kind of perfect. You know, it's but a rebirth. So there could be major things. Now, and I'm not predicting anything like any tower is coming. If there's a tower, it's already happened. That's just the way my readings are. Unless there's a way to avoid something. Then we have Justice. Wow. Card of Libra. First of all, it feels like it answers ultimately that one person's challenge right now. And, you know, what I'm feeling is there's been a lack of self-respect. Like you haven't given yourself the respect that you deserve. Now, I don't feel like, you know, hey, I've been a little angel. I'm not saying that. You know, to be human is to flaw. There's a saying, to be human is to err. Is that the saying? I know a lot of you out there, Sandy, get it right. Anyway. You know, I'm noticing the Red Cross on her bugle, and it's just reminding me of, like, the Red Cross. You know, some could be, you may be called into, like, action. Doesn't have to mean at the Red Cross, but to help. You know, Judgment's looking over at the Lover. So whether it's love or not, what it's telling me, it's definitely energy of connections. I feel Justice could potentially be a divorce, at least cutting of the ties. And it feels like, you know, listen, the past had its purpose, but it's not, doesn't feel like it's meant to come forward with you. Judgment, again, is a rebirth. Okay. Let's use the Light Seers. Again, I feel like, you know, whatever is changing, maybe it's meant to change. Lover's on the bottom. Doesn't mean it's easy. You know, sometimes we can't imagine what our life would be like, or we don't allow ourselves to think about that. Like maybe I'd be better off. Okay, and I have to tell you, the one relationship I've been talking about, I don't feel like there's passion in that relation. I know there's not. You know, just like two roommates, so to speak. We have the Magician. It's just interesting how it came out flipped, and it did go in reverse. So I'm going to leave it that way. That felt very like meant to be. You know, this can be the energy of someone being untrustworthy in a relationship. It can be. I feel like judgment is just saying anything. Like, I feel like this is a time period where nothing can really hide from you, including you. I feel like, you know, there's someone who's not allowing themselves to imagine another world, another life. That was weird. This card just like did a 180 in there. So we have the Knight of Cups. Huh. This Knight brings in a cup of love. This person definitely feels romantic. You know, like they set up a picnic. It's almost like, you know, he receives a letter and is like expecting your company. You know, he's on his white horse, but now he's off of it. He's sitting over here with a bouquet of flowers. I should just let you look at the card. With a bouquet of flowers, like. So I feel like it's been a little time. But he doesn't feel like he's in any hurry. We have the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the Six of Cups. You know, I almost feel like this Knight is, some of you, this person, I feel like, you know, if this is a relationship, it's ending. We do have justice. We do have judgment, rebirth, present moment, self-respect, right? All of that. Though we do have energy of like, maybe someone has tempted me over and over back to him. Like, I have good memories and I have bad memories. I have good memories and I have bad memories. And this Knight feels like he's kind of sitting back, letting you figure all this out, because this is something maybe you're meant to figure out on your own. This Knight feels very connected, yet doesn't. It's almost like he knows, I can't come in and fix this for you. This is something you have to fix yourself. So that tells me there's a soul lesson in there. This is probably a soulmate. The Magician in reverse, you know, I don't feel like somebody is feeling that, because maybe, damn, I'm just going through what I'm going through. We have the Queen of Wands, can be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You know, this Knight sits under the Lovers and Judgment, doesn't touch Justice, which I'm feeling is a cutting of ties of someone of the past. You know, good memories, but I also have bad memories. We have the Five of Wands. We have the Strength card, card of Leo. We have Capricorn, Leo right there. I feel like there's probably been a lot of arguing and fighting lately, like raising of voices. I feel like anger may have been a prominent energy. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. We have Leo and Virgo side by side. we have the Eight of Pentacles. I kind of love that. You know, first of all, the Eight of Pentacles says, you know, whatever you focus on is what you're going to grow. And this 8 can talk about a new beginning, a new avenue for my creativity, my pentacles. Something, you know, maybe in this 8 I'm thinking about me, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to build, and what inspires me. You know, the Magician being reversed, I feel like there hasn't really been action in that. But again, I feel like because there's been all this other stuff. So here's a Strength card next to the Hermit, and I feel like this is definitely talking about you connecting with your spirituality, and even your spirit, right? Because remember, you are spirit. You know, she's half lion and half lamb. You know, to me, it feels like spirit and then human. So it's connecting, right? Remember, I'm all of that. So then, you know, moving into the Hermit's energy, well, the Hermit becomes the wise one. The Hermit is the one who's seeking spirituality, right? Seeking the light of something, the truth. And then emerges from that cave, you know, shining that light for others. But also for himself, herself, right? My next steps. This is where I trust my wisdom of something. So some of you, I feel like, you know, I feel like things have been difficult. But I feel like, you know, some things have been shown to you that just, you know, are a truth that maybe aren't and haven't been serving you. But, you know, sometimes it's like hard to give up the battle. Because I don't know what would lie there otherwise. So the Eight of Pentacles to me says, you know, this is a great place to when I don't know what to do, this is a great place to put your energy, I feel. Especially any earth sign, right? Into your pentacles, into your creativity. You know, it's like refocus your attention. Some of you, you know, with the Hermit emerging, could certainly talk about becoming quite the teacher yourself. We have the Four of Swords, so that's healing. That is taking the time to heal. Heal the pain, heal thyself, heal your heart. That other sword is your truth, your realization. You like myself within something, you know, especially with the 5 right above it, right? This is me. I'm going to battle with this person, and I'm not going to back down, and they're not going to back down. And it can just feel like a, you know, maybe a never-ending type of energy. And interesting enough, the Queen of Wands next to that, you know, she's someone who's rising above that. She's rising above the drama. There's that 5 that asks for a change. But there's the 4 of Swords right underneath it. The healing. You know, it's almost like you then write a book on how to overcome whatever it is that you are overcoming. And, you know, it's interesting because I feel like if it's about your spirituality, then it must be important, right? So I can go back up to that Knight. He's pulling me back in again, saying, you know, I'm still sitting here. I'm still here. You know, I haven't gone anywhere. And this could talk about a love that's in the future that, of course, you don't know about. But when a Knight shows up on the table, we know that they're going to make it. We have the Hangman. You know, I feel like what it's saying is if you're being tempted back into something that just, yeah, it's almost like a pattern. If you notice that, like, boy, I just keep going back. Self-respect. I honor and love myself. So, because strength card, you know, again to me is about the spirit and the human, right? She's a lion, but she's also a lamb. This all comes from within. And the hangman kind of put a holding, right? A hold until this Four Swords has taken place. You know, even I feel like even in this period out where I am healing, I feel like you're being inspired. So don't be surprised if something inspires you, and then all of a sudden you start moving on a different path. Like it can again be in like in your creative house. Almost like that's what everybody's waiting for, and I mean like your spiritual team. Okay. So if I'm tempted back, I need to be able to look at it for truth, right? Because I feel like if it's a pattern, you know, I don't know. Here's your answer. Anyway, I don't feel like I have to tell you that. I feel like you find out on your own. You know, in this Four of Swords, how long am I in it? I think that depends on you. I think it depends on each individual. Because, you know, as we're being healed, that means that we're letting go at the same time. It's healed, it's forgotten. Doesn't mean it won't ever, like, you don't ever think about it, but when you do, and anger doesn't follow it. Just get like a, whatever. And then you're on to the next thought. Okay. You know, I feel like your spiritual team is saying, if you keep going back to something that is just not good for you, again, and I feel like you would know it, and I feel like half the time it was good, but then half the time it was bad. I feel like untrustworthy energy, no doubt I feel that. Then, you know, in the most loving of ways, and when to say then, who's to blame? Like, how many times can you see the same thing and pretend that it's not there? I don't know. We have the Chariot. That's kind of beautiful because, you know, I feel like it's giving you a peek at your future. And Chariot is really unlimited. It opens with the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like it's talking about your creative house. And, you know, again, I feel like as you're going through some type of healing period, you're also being inspired. I feel like this is touchy because there is ego energy attached, right? So I feel like as I'm in that ego energy, I may not feel, let's say, the signs or the inspiration that divine is sending to me. Doesn't mean it's going to go away. I'm just not feeling it then. But then as you have this realization, and really what you're doing is then completely opening yourself up to true healing, right? And then I feel like inspiration comes in and some kind of path is created, where it is you, you know, it is you. It is your work, you know, and it may be hard work, but who gets the reward of it? You. And then the Chariot on the other end of it, you know, first we have the Hangman, which is stop, and then we have the Chariot, which is go. Okay, what else am I holding? Look at this. Come on. Star. I feel like this is what this reading is about. I feel like I was definitely called to do your reading. I feel like some of you are going through some hard times. And I feel like your spiritual team wants you to know that it's temporary. but understanding, the difficulty of it, right? Here's the healing. So, if the healing is here, then so is the brokenness, right? Maybe the Five of Wands is just saying, just, look at your part of any situation. It can be, do I keep getting tempted back to something that, and it doesn't mean like we split up, maybe we live in the same house, but my mind is thinking outward. Anyway, I feel like stop and then go, and then the Star. This is the card of your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and that's probably why self-respect is here. Maybe you, I don't know, it's almost like didn't have the luxury to really put your focus within yourself and your creative house. And now you can. And maybe there's real purpose behind that, right? Because it's also coming over the energy of the Hermit. So you have to remember, the Hermit is the wise one. The Hermit is the one who did go through the dark night of the soul and comes out to teach and help those who maybe are where I once was. That type of thing. Because next to it is like, boom, your creative house. And it talks about the healing. It talks about the period, the time, right? I needed to find my inner strength. Maybe to be able to say no. We're not even done with your reading. Okay, we have the Emperor on the bottom of the deck. Interesting because it is the card of Aries. And I did look up your energy in the Aries moon. So this could certainly talk about this moon, the Aries moon, and just how things are playing out. I feel like I have two halves of a reading, yet I also feel this night just kind of waiting patiently, very patiently. It's like almost like two soulmates whose soul made the agreement before they came here in this world to meet, to be together at a certain time in their life. However, my current life is not, almost not allowing that to happen, right? But there's no, like, I feel like, current things or these I don't know, like this black cloud, I can cut the ties, I can cut the blackness away. Where is I going with that? I don't know. Okay. This is an interesting reading, I have to say. Let's start at the beginning. Some of you could be with like a karmic partner and you may have been with them for a long time. Because I almost feel like what are you waiting for? And I'm, it's not me, but I feel like the energy of what are you waiting for? Because I don't feel happiness. With the Hangman. Well, there you go. So, what are you waiting for? With the Hangman is seeking wisdom to his next step. His next step within this physical plane, right? But it is, again, it's interesting because, again, there's Knight of Cups attached to the Lovers. I feel like this is a future lover. I'm just going to say that. It's a future lover. But the Hangman, again, there. The Magician in reverse, there. I feel like both are, like, I can't spiritually connect this person, though our souls did agree, you know what I mean? Like, to meet at a certain time. That may be why, you find things abruptly ending. But, I feel like spirit to spirit, I want to say, but trust that it's only to put you better. It's hard to know that when you're going through it, but you can. We have the Chariot again. Look at that, right next to the Hangman. We have the Hangman and the Chariot here. We have the Hangman and the Chariot here. Look at that. Synchronicity. We have Judgment coming over the Devil, with Judgment also above. Wow. I feel that's very powerful. It's almost like double the light. I feel like for some of you, it's time to go. Like, it's time to believe in you. It's time to create, right? The world that you want to create. This is about you here creating. I feel like the Magician in reverse, it's I haven't felt connected to my spiritual self, right? Why? Because there's so much earthly crap going on. But nonetheless, I feel like, two judgments coming over the Devil. I feel like, it's healing over for you. There's I don't know, over the temptation of wanting what is not right for you. And again, the night, I'm just sitting here. Chariot movement. I just feel like it's time to go. We have the King of Swords. Can be Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I feel like for someone, like, it's like you're saying, I just want the truth, right? I just want to live a life of truth, not worry. But nonetheless, I feel like you've been living in that world. And I don't feel like it's an easy world, right? It never, maybe it was, I don't know, maybe it just went much longer and further than it needed to. But it did. Because I just feel like I'm seeking like a world of truth and honesty and not having to think about it. I don't want to think about it. Okay, we have the High Priestess. Well, I like that. Because that's you connected to your higher self. Even if we have the energy of the Hangman and the Magician reverse, your higher self, your spiritual self, you're doing exactly what you're being called to do. Interesting, because the High Priest is looking right back at the Emperor, almost like in Superman pose. So I feel the strength of that, and that's your intuition, that's your spirituality, that's connecting to your higher self. That's what the Queen of Wands is doing here. She's rising above, these earthly feelings of anger or people or whatever it is. Well, let's keep going. We have the Seven of Cups. And that's interesting. I'm trying to make a decision, but it's just, chaotic. I'm trying to make a decision, but I feel like every time I choose, right, every time I choose love, or I choose a cup, it looks so pretty, but then it turns out to be a snake, right? But, what I'm noticing is the energy is all moving to the High Priestess. So again, it's your intuition, and it's learning to trust it, right? What's bad for you is bad for you, and you'll always feel it. You'll always feel it. What's good for you is good for you, and you'll always know it. You just got to know it. You just got to believe it. If it's bad for you, you know it's bad for you. If you're not fulfilled, you know you're not fulfilled, right? So it has to be you who makes the decision, the choice. But boy, I feel like, your spiritual team is all like, go, go. Okay, they're both in reverse. I'm going to turn around. We have Temperance. It's kind of fitting because Temperance is about divine timing. She's touching this Knight of Cups, who again is patiently there, though not there. Temperance is saying you can let go, you can almost like let go of that worry and instead maybe perhaps put it on yourself. And what I mean by that is your own growth. Like, where do you want to see yourself? And I feel like, because I feel like, honestly, I feel like once you say go, everything just feels kind of like divinely guided. If you learn to just go with the flow. We have the Hierophant. So, card of Taurus, you're showing up in your own reading strongly, which is great. Coming over the Hermit. So how wise you are becoming, if you allow yourself, right? The Hermit is about your belief system. I feel like, and I feel like your belief system just being put in question, right? Your belief in your dreams. It's connected to the star, which is the card of Aquarius, by the way. I don't know if I said that. I have a lot of people right here. Wow. I have Strength, Sagittarius, Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius, Cancer. Just, I don't know. Wow. Okay, and why did I take the star way over here? The star should be over here. Oh no, the star is part of this. That's right, the original spread. I feel like if you're Taurus and you're in this reading, then your higher self, your spiritual team is just asking you to be really real with yourself, especially with the fives, right? We have the Page of Swords coming over this Eight of Pentacles, almost like I'm learning how to use my voice within my creative house. I feel like it's a path that is of financial. I really do. I feel like it's a path, that will be, I do feel the success of it. And again, I feel like I'm fast forwarding, but nonetheless, I feel it. Look at this. We have the Lovers again. Wow. Okay. Well, double card of Gemini, first of all. But this Knight, who's been patiently waiting, is also connected to the Lovers. This Lovers is coming over the Four of Swords, and I feel like that's what this Knight has been saying all along. Like, I know that someone has to take this journey to arrive right where we're meant to arrive. And I feel like it's at the Lovers. But what I've really been noticing lately is how the readings almost always say, until we find our own self, our own spirituality, our own creativity, put our dreams first and foremost. And I don't mean in an egotistical way, just in a, maybe that's what you're here for, right? And because I feel like you will feel it, or you may find that you're inspired to do something, to create a path. Again, the Page of Swords can be, I'm just really learning to gain my voice back. I'm learning the truth of this world, of this journey, all of that, and creating from that. And then I feel like, and then love seems to show up. Love seems to show up. Coming over the Four of Wands, so it tells me the importance of allowing the healing process, right? But as I'm being healed for the purpose of letting it go, letting go of the anger, resentment, all that. Because just maybe, something else is waiting for you. Okay. Wow. And, you know, Temperance is just saying, you know, rest your head upon my shoulder. You don't need to put worry into, you know, when it's going to show. Divine is very strong in your reading. And it's not just talking about love, but it is talking about love at the same time. And I feel like, you know, sometimes I'm with the wrong partner for so long while the right partner is out there. The Magician in reverse is almost like I'm not allowing it. Okay. We have the King of Cups. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And we have the Four of Cups. You know, I feel like the Four of Cups talks about dreaming, like I'm dreaming about it, but I'm not doing anything about it, but I am dreaming about it. More daydreaming than anything. Maybe you don't trust that you can handle something new, but boy, I feel like yes, you can. Yes, you can. Sometimes we're so in it that we can't see the future. Okay. I'm not quite ready to let it go. What are we going to look at? I have the King of Cups. To me, the King of Cups, you know, with Temperance right above it, I feel like tells me that this is someone who, the King of Cups in the upright is someone who values being in a relationship, prefers to be in a relationship, is open to it, right? Open to love. But this king is being met with the hangman nonetheless, right? So Temperance, it's almost like he's almost like this knight, and this could talk about someone of another time, right? The knight is of another time, and now showing is the king. Maybe both of you are being pulled and pushed during this time only to put you in place. All right, let's look at the Lovers. I'm going to look at the Lovers just because there's a little bit of question around it. I mean, I don't have a question, but the Seven of Cups puts that there. We have the Two of Wands. Just make a choice already. That's what it feels like. It feels like the Two of Wands is just saying this path presents itself. But I notice that it's also touching the reversal of the Magician, which is about your part. You know, you're creating here with divine. What you put out there is what will come back. Like, you know, we got to be aware of our own energy. The Magician talks about, like, you know, when the Magician reminds the Fool of all the tools that the Fool already has to make it through anything, really. But again, I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. Two of Wands, I feel like if you're searching for an answer, should I or shouldn't I feel like you should. You know, that's beginning a path. That's following your desires, right? Your desires lie on that path. But you have to walk. It has to be you who's walking on that path, but they're there. We have, look at this, the Eight of Wands coming over Temperance too. What I think about, I bring about. This is about your energy. This can be about quick moving energy. But, you know, coming over Temperance and below Judgment, you know, again, though it can feel chaotic, I feel like it brings about swift change. But the change is a good thing. And I think I already know this. So I feel like I just want to be aware of what I think about, I bring about. I know that energy can try to pull us back, but we're stronger than that. That's what this is about. You're stronger than that, even though you may think that you're not. So think of it a different way, right? You're here. Yes, you're in this human experience, but you are spirit, and you're connected to, like, unlimited wisdom, unlimited strength. You just got to feel it. You got to know it. You got to seek it. And, anyway, I feel like I just put pressure on you, and I'm not putting pressure on you, but I do feel the energy over and over of the importance of you being present within the present moment. Why? Because I feel like there evidently must be, it's like, pieces of bread left for you to follow. I feel like it's saying, just don't dream about a better life, create a better life. Like, stop, go, stop, go. Um, you know, eight of wands, fast moving energy. But eight is about a new beginning. And right below it, and over Temperance, by the way, and a Strength card, is this King of Cups, male or female. The one thing I know about this person is they have to be open, and do I feel like similar journeys to arrive at the same place. And I think I'm going to leave it there, because I feel like I don't want to persuade you that something's going to happen, because your energy it will determine what happens, right? I think I show you the potential. Maybe what you're dreaming, I show you the areas where you're in that stop or go, stop or go. Everything feels like go. Whatever that may mean to you, by the way, it can mean different things. But I see you like traveling a path. And again, I feel this energy of the Knight of Cups, which is not, let's just look at it for what it is. It's about a cup of fulfillment coming your way. The white horse tells me that I can trust this, that this is, I feel nothing around it where this is something I can't trust. I feel like it's almost like their soul knows that you've got to, again, accomplish what you've got to accomplish. And because I feel like it's almost like they arrive there. It's at the right time, but it feels like patiently waiting at the same time, if that makes sense, right? I feel like they're divinely guided, but again, patiently waiting. And now the Chariot's over that. Should I go? Should I enter the path of the Two of Wands? Do I dare? Why not? It's like you only have this life for so long. Anyway, let's go ahead and read the cards since we have two of them. Grab a drink real quick. All right, we're going to start with present moment, all over your reading. You received this card as a gentle reminder to keep your focus upon this present moment right now. Have you been reliving old memories, rehashing ancient wounds, or projecting yourself into the future? If so, you're missing out on life, which occurs in the here and now. Mother Mary guides you to enjoy the present, no matter what's going on. As you learn to extract the joy and blessings hidden within every experience, you'll feel continuously fulfilled in this moment. Well, okay. I feel like, I feel like someone's thinking, yeah, it's easier said than done. I don't know. All right, let's read self-respect. Mother Mary deeply cares for you, your welfare, and your happiness. She asks you to respect yourself enough to take good care of yourself. Remember that you're God's child and creation. By respecting yourself, you're honoring God. The answer to your present question lies within another question. Which path would be most respectful of me and make me feel the best about myself? Self-respect increases when your actions are aligned with your true belief. This card asks you to stop doing anything that makes you feel ashamed or guilty, and to focus all of your attention upon that which makes you proud to be you. Wow, beautiful. Explanation point. I'm gonna leave it there, guys. I definitely feel the purpose of doing this reading when I've done this reading, and I wonder how you're gonna feel. I feel like some are thick in it, and it's hard to see what can be, and I get that. We all get that, right? But some of us are on the other side of what can be, but also have been exactly where you're at. So anyway, it's a personal journey. It's a personal journey. I feel like, your spiritual team is saying, understand that, your point, your creativity, your dreams, what you put out there is all an important element of where you will arrive. It's unlimited. You have the Chariot twice. It's truly unlimited. It's interesting how you have these synchronicities between certain cards. Two Geminis, two Lovers, two Judgments, two Chariots. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost a little message in itself. So, I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Let me know what you think. Yeah, let me know what you think. I feel like use the comment section to kind of let out, let go of, certain things. We're here to support that. So anyway, I love you guys. I thank you for all that you do for me and for just allowing me to be me. I will see you next time. And don't forget, November, the end of, what is it, 20th maybe, I think, November 20th, the full moon goes into Taurus. So I feel like energy is temporary. We got to remember that. Energy is always changing. So why not, stop dreaming about it and start moving into it, start creating it, helping to create it. I feel like your spiritual team is saying, if you do your part, we'll do our part. But nobody denies the energy that you have felt. Feel it, but then get through it, and then let it go, because it feels like much awaits. Someone's waiting. Someone's patiently waiting. I love you guys. I think I might name your reading that. I love you guys. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.